welcome to Auto Arcadia. I'm one of the hosts, Colin Wood, and with me is,
Thomas Hope.
funnily enough, he is the other host. How are you, Tom?
Yeah, I'm good. Good. Glad to be done with work for a week. Feeling very warm, but it's gonna rain like in the next few days, so I'm kind of holding on to the sun as well. But yeah, other than that,
Yeah.
really good. How about yourself?
I'm not bad, man. I'm feeling the opposite because I'm about to go back to work next Wednesday and I'm fucking dreading it.
Yeah, that I'm so sorry, man. All things must come to an end.
Yeah, I'm going to go in negotiating hat on and go, right, here's what I want to happen. I want you to sack me, but I want you to pay me indefinitely. Yeah, no, I'm not happy. I'm a bit fucked off about going back.
Yeah, I totally sympathise. I took a week off and I was like, oh, I just want this forever now.
Yeah, see, when you've had 2 months off, it's fucking worse. It's horrible. It's just like, oh,
Absolutely,
hi.
I bet. But that's not really why we're here to talk.
Very true, it is not.
So,
It is not.
I mean, I've been thinking about a few things, reading a few things, watching a few things, and it's generated some thoughts that I'd like to discuss.
Cool, man. Well, I think you should fucking lay them on me because I'm anxious to hear what has been rattling around in your brain.
Okay, so well, I got that set of alloys kind of refurbed and powder coated, and really happy with them. They look fantastic. Actually, to be fair, I am now realizing the error of going for such a light color. No, you can kind of guess where I'm going. You know how often I like to clean my car, and they're definitely like several shades darker from brake dust now, and I'm kind of aware that I need to clean that,
Yeah.
but I haven't really got around to it yet. But they look banging when you wipe all the brake dust off. They look great,
Yep.
and
Um, is this going to turn you into somebody that cleans their car more often?
absolutely not.
Oh, come on, man.
Absolutely
Come
not,
on.
man. I think I would rather never clean them and just get them refurbed and coated like every couple of years or something than clean them regularly.
Right. I'm going to tell you something here, Tom.
Am I a
That
fanny?
that is fucking disgusting.
I
Okay.
hate cleaning my car. I'm willing to pay not to do it.
Uh, I mean, if you're going to pay to not do it, you might as well get the fucking thing validated.
I have been thinking about that. Yeah, I do you know the weekend I came down to see you? The day
Yeah.
after, I actually washed my car.
I remember you messaging me. I remember almost falling over at the news as well. I was like, what the fuck did you just say?
The stars aligned, and do you know what? I even did it semi thoroughly. Like I vacuumed the inside of it. I cleaned the inside of it properly down. I even cleaned the boot, which was horrific. I found so much. Like, I managed to spill so much window washer fluid in that boot. I had no idea.
That's
It was
how
soapy
did you
clean.
how did you not know you spilt it? That's dangerous. There's a
I,
lot of fucking electronics in the boot of a BM that are
mm,
very fucking expensive to replace.
yeah, I've just got a very soapy, soggy carpet. Uh, yeah, no, it was
Fuck
just
you
filled with
know.
crap, man. It was filled with crap, and buried at the bottom in the corner of that crap was like a leaking bottle that was filled with washer fluid. But
That's terrifying.
we are where we are. That's mostly cleaned up now.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I did it, and then I did the outside of it. And to be fair, I was kind of like losing the will to live when I was doing the outside of it. But then when it like had dried off and stuff like that, I looked at it and I was like, wow, I've done a really bad job on that.
I thought you were going to be like, oh my god, that looks fantastic.
Nah,
No.
it looked better the night before when I took a picture of it in the dark.
Fucking hell.
So yeah, and then I thought, do you know what? I think maybe I should get someone who actually knows what they're doing and really enthusiastically wants to do it, than force myself to to wash the car. It's just not what I do not get any enjoyment out of cleaning cars. I get enjoyment out of driving them and like looking at them and like using them and stuff. I cleaning them doesn't. It's just boring.
Fair enough, dude. Fair enough. I can't argue with you. It's different strokes for different folk.
I know you completely disagree with me, which is totally great. I just can't do it. I absolutely can't do it. But thinking about those alloys and wandering about around town and stuff like that, I saw, and it was a Mercedes. I cannot remember what kind of Mercedes, but the most curved alloys I have ever seen. Like 360-degree coverage with like big chunks also missing. There was like scrapes further up the alloy, towards the center as well. Like they were destroyed, and it was both of them on the side that I could see. It was it looked like someone had been trying to use them to take chunks out of stone, as like a cutting wheel.
Right.
It was really bad, and that kind of made me think about like that dreaded feeling of like curbing an alloy, because like I assume you've curbed an alloy before.
I have.
I think we've all done it.
Instantaneous regret, shame, anger, and fury.
Aye, totally. I did it on the set that I had refurbed about a year and a bit into owning the car, and the alloys had kind of been, they were pretty good quality. They hadn't been curbed or anything like that when I bought it. And I was like kind of keen to keep it that way. And it was like as soon as I did it, I was just absolutely fucking devastated. And it did kind of ruin the rest of the day a little bit, because I was like, oh, that's good. I'm going to have to get them redone because I can't have them looking like that. And then I'm going to have to do all of them because you can't have one that's like, noticeably nicer than the rest.
Yep.
And I was thinking, God, that's going to be spending. Actually, I thought it would be more than it was. But, it wasn't cheap still, but it was like not crazy money as well.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I was just kind of thinking about that, and I was like, so, did you care about anything that you were particularly devastated about, like the RX-8 or anything like that?
Never done the RX-8, but I did do the Supra.
Oh man!
I'd put new alloys on it. They were like proper deep dish concave things with a massive lip on them, and the lip protruded past the tire.
Yeah.
Quite a bit, and I was raging about it when I did it as well. I was furious. Yeah, I was parallel parking, and like because the lip was past the edge of the tire, I didn't feel it. All I did was hear it, and it was
man!
Oh no, you dirty bastard! Why the fuck have you done that?
So painful. Yeah, it's so painful. Yeah, I heard it too. Heard it and felt it at the same time. That's the worst as well, is when it's not just like a little like scuff or anything like that. It's a proper, you hear it dig in.
Yeah, that's it. And like you can feel it gouging metal out. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah, it's really bad. Because like there's definitely been cars I've owned that I've not cared about the alloys. What a shock that I've not cared about how the outside of them looked. But I do actually care on this car.
Yeah, no, that's fair though. You should.
I do think curved alloys look.
Nice car.
Yeah, and honestly, I do think curved alloys look terrible.
They do. They do. It's horrific. There's no nice way of sugarcoating that. Like, if your alloys are all curved to fuck and you don't care, shame on you.
Yeah, unless you've got like a total rot bag, like you just
Yeah. It's horrible. It's not nice.
It's not nice. I wonder if there's a charge for having your alloys like refurbed to remove any carbon on like supercars and stuff. Because I kind of suspect that that might be a kind of car that has a fairly high rate of curb rash.
Oh yeah, like anything that's a bit of a dick to see out of or has an awkwardly shaped perimeter. Like You see, like some of the Liberty Walk stuff where they're so much wider at the back than they are the front. Like that must be so easy just to fucking
Yeah.
to ding. Like, and I mean, I'm not saying that as somebody that dings their car all the time, but I'm saying that as somebody that's not fucking infallible.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like I remember parking that MR2 was such a pain in the arse. Like parallel parking in that car with I don't know it either didn't have power steering or it had very very weak power steering, very heavy steering. You couldn't see shit from behind you. Couldn't really see anything in front of you either because you were so low and the bonnet kind of sloped down and just dropped off.
Right.
It was not a great visibility car in like tight confined spaces.
Yeah.
And yeah, like parallel parking that was an absolute nightmare. It was a total workout on your hands, and also the car that I had didn't really have a clutch, so it was also a bit of an experience parking it.
Yeah, I had the same with like when I done the Supra, I was like, I'm I probably shouldn't be like, oh yeah, but I'm pretty sure I was hungover when I did it. Um, and yeah, it's like it's one of those moments where it's like you just don't give a fuck. Like you're literally just going through the motions and you walk home quickly.
Yeah,
Like, or
Tesco syndrome.
you want to get to McDonald's and get your fucking 40 chicken nuggets, two Big Mac large meals, and your big tasty with bacon to cure your hangover. And that's all you want. You're not fucking interested in anything outside of those facts.
Aye.
And like fucking bish bash bosh, job done. You're like, bastard, didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, yeah, man, it hurts. It really, really hurts. So yeah, okay, fair enough. Like, I'm not surprised we're of a similar opinion on that, but it's nice. It's kind of nice to like accept that everyone does it at least once, and like it is a shiter, but it happens.
Yeah. And it does make you um, more aware of the don't fuck your alloys. Like I became a lot more careful parallel
Me too.
parking after that. A lot more careful. Like
Yeah, I definitely had became more careful as well. On a side question, right? Would you buy a car if the alloys were honestly totally fucked from being curbed?
I
Curbed.
would absolutely batter the price down of it on it because of it. Like I would see it, I would run with it, and I'd just be like, that is just going to be used by me to hammer your fucking price down here. There's no if and or but. Like I don't care because I get right that accidents happen, but here's the thing: if accidents happen and then you don't fix it, that tells me something about how much you care about your car. And if you don't care about that, the likelihood is you've not cared about the rest of it. So you've not been bothering to service it. You've not been like diligent on maintenance. You've not really been all that. So like, and everybody wants fucking big money for their cars now as well. Like everyone thinks they've got some spectacular fucking amazing car that no one else has. So everybody
Yeah,
wants top money. And it's like if I'm going to see a car that's top money, I'll walk up to it and I'm like, this is rough as fuck. It's not as described, and the owner's a walloper. I'm
mm,
slicing that price in half. Like,
yeah, yeah. At the one of the first TTs I saw, because I think I only looked at like a handful of them in the end. But one of the first ones I saw, which had the 3.2
yeah,
and the DSG, was one of the roughest cars I've ever seen. And
yeah,
like it was really it looked a bit rough on the outside, but like it's fine. I'm not really that fussed. But then on the inside, it was like someone had exploded a dog. There was just white dog hair welded to every single surface, and almost every piece of plastic trim was popped out and broken, and it was missing the center piece of trim which goes over the boot release. which meant that the boot like button release didn't work, which was a really common thing for those cars.
Right.
And like, I mean, mechanically, it was like it wasn't the best runner, if you know what I mean, but it wasn't overly bad mechanically. But it was the interior quality was just shocking. Like I didn't know someone could break so many bits of a car. Like everything was shagged, and
Oh yeah,
like the seat had like rips in it rather than just being worn. I was like, how the fuck? How does this happen?
yeah. People are special,
The funniest thing was it was from a dealership.
really.
Yeah, one of those great kind of like used car dealerships where like they clearly do no prep on any of the cars.
They stack them high and sell them cheap.
Yeah, you just whatever tat they've got on their lot. That's just exactly how it was parked when it was traded in.
Yes, I know exactly the type.
Like you know when you
Uh,
go over and you're like, all right, I'm looking at the TT. Can I get like the keys and stuff because it's locked? Um, and like what's it got? And they're like, I don't know. I'll
I
find the keys for you. And they just hand you keys and then they walk off immediately. You're like, okay, so it's one of these places, right? Excellent.
I quite like those places
I don't
because
mind them. You know what you're getting at least.
see if you go in with your eyes open and you know what you're looking for, and like you've got something between your ears, you can get yourself a good fucking buy out of them.
Yeah, I agree. There
But
can be bargains, but there can also be a lot of stuff you should never buy. So you do need to be very aware.
yes, it can go wrong very quickly.
Like to me, they're the dealerships of my youth. You know, like these are the kinds of dealerships that I've looked for in the past for cars.
Yeah, like I like them because they're cheap.
Me too.
Um, but there's there's usually a reason why things are cheap.
Yes, there is inherent risk.
It's not typically due to outstanding levels of quality.
I absolutely not. I love how much that some car dealers try and like bullshit and gaslight you. Like I got one dealer in Dundee for another TT. This was a 1.8 turbo, the same one I ended up with, and it was like a nicer presented car than the one I ended up with, but like it had all of these kind of problems and a really short MOT. And I asked the guy because he was a dealer. I was like, "Oh, are you gonna put it through an MOT before, like, I buy it as like a kind of a good faith thing? I'm sure you work with a garage." And he was like, "No, it's still got like 2 months. Why would I do that?" And I was like, "Okay,
Yep.
okay. So
I
you've got no faith this car's getting through an MOT. Why the fuck would I buy it?"
see as soon as you started saying that sentence, I was like, I know where you're going here. He told you to go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
And maybe quite politely, but he was like, no, why the fuck would I do that?
yeah. That's not. And as for me, as a customer, I'm like, well, there's no fucking way I'm buying that car. Because like the way I see it is that car was way too pricey because it's a dealership. Like it was more expensive than the one I bought from another dealer, if you know what I mean. Like it was overpriced, but I was willing to pay a little bit more for like kind of a year's guarantee of it not being illegal to drive on the road.
Yeah, which is fair.
I think that is a fair trade, but he was like absolutely not having any of it, so none of that. But I found like honestly a kind of like maybe not as nicely presented, but like I found a much cheaper TT in the end.
Well, that's what you want though. Like, I've never ever went out and been like, you know what? I'm looking for a car and I'm going to sort by price high to low. Like, never. I always sort by price low to
Oh
high.
yeah, absolutely,
Like,
absolutely.
because you always get somebody that doesn't know what they have. Like, the, the sort of people that buy hatchbacks, they just blatantly don't care. Like, they don't give a fuck about the car. They literally want a white good. See those
Yeah.
people. Those people, they get a car gets to the end of what they think is the end of its life, and they're like, "Fuck it, stick it up for £500. If I get 400 quid, I'll be happy." I'm like, cool, I'll fucking oblige.
See, I think the real good finds are with old boys that just need shot of it.
See, I don't like this because see the amount of people now. There's nothing wrong with flipping a car. I'm going to say that right fucking now. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it because I do it a lot. Well, I don't do it a lot. If anyone from the HRMC's listening, I do it relatively regularly within the confines of what I'm allowed to do. Right? So there's nothing wrong with that, and everyone needs to make a pound or two. So, fair fucking play. But see these people that are like, there's a guy. I never used to be pals with him, but I used to be pals with folk that knew him, and he got a 300ZX twin turbo from
Aye.
a boy locally. Um, and this thing came off of a driveway. It was covered in like mold, and it just looked a bit shit. Like it needed a good wash. It needed a right good detail.
Aye.
And what he done with it is he got it for like 300 quid, which even at the time when they were cheap, that was dirt cheap for it.
Aye.
That's fucking ridiculous money. And he power washed it. He's like, oh, it's fine. He stuck it through an MOT. It fucking flew through. Didn't need anything. And then he wrapped it purple, put Transformers badges on it,
Ugh.
and ruined it. And
Mm.
then he sold it for like 4 grand. I'm like, my issue here is that you got something for nothing and you didn't respect it and you fucking ruined it. Like, just a wanker. Why?
Yeah,
Why?
but like
Like,
my. Oh, sorry, man.
no, you go.
I was gonna say, but like the point I was making is the people that you want to buy cars off are the old boys who have meticulously maintained that car, and now maybe due through like some circumstances can no longer really use it, and it's now sitting there and they need rid of it.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, I'll give you that then.
Like I genuinely do think that they are a great target market for buying cars off. Like also you're thinking about like these are people that they have a home, they have a driveway, they might even have a garage to put it in. They've had the money to maintain it. They've obviously liked it enough to keep it, so they've probably spent the money on it. Like it's like that classic thing, when you go and buy a car, like you pay attention to where you're buying it from as well. There's a big difference in how well a car's likely to have been cared for. I'm not saying certainly, but like likely to have been cared for. If you like rock up to like a big manor somewhere and there's like a 3 car like climate controlled garage with like padding all over the place and everything's like really well kept, to like meeting someone in a car park of an industrial estate.
Yeah, no, there's a definite preference
Yeah,
as
yeah,
to
absolutely.
what you want here and what you're getting can be two very different things.
Totally, and I'm like,
Um,
I'm not knocking an industrial estate car park, like, meat to buy something, but I just think that there's a certain message it sends.
yeah, see, as soon as somebody says, I'll meet you somewhere, I'm like, no, you're okay. Like, why do you not want me knowing where you live?
Yeah,
Legitimately, that's the first thing I ask. I'm like, why do you not want me knowing where the car stays right now? Why am I not allowed to know where you live? Because that to me says the car's a fucking pup, and you don't want me coming to your door when it blows up.
yeah, absolutely, it's a total red flag.
Aye, like I just wouldn't do that. Like if I wasn't confident enough to sell something from my house, I just wouldn't sell it. I'd scrap the fucking thing.
Yeah, yeah, I kind of agree. I kind of
Like,
agree with that.
I mean, the thing is, I'm not bothered who comes to my door, but you know, I mean, you bought it in good faith on a private sale. Unfortunately, if the car's road legal, you don't have any fucking recourse anyway. Like, if the car's safe and roadworthy, you don't have any recourse in a private sale.
Mm, sold a scene.
Yeah, you can't deliberately mislead people, and it has to be safe and roadworthy. outside of those three things, it's fucking fair game. But you know, this is car buying and car selling. Like you need to have your wits about you when you're doing it.
Now, car buying
Unfortunately.
and car selling does kind of suck in a lot of respects. Like, I love looking at cars, but the dealing with the process of, like, messaging people, people never fucking responding, like, I mean, for us, a big issue with car buying is location.
Yeah. Well, it's not actually. The issue isn't location. The issue is population density.
Well, actually, for
And
me, it's a bit of location because, like, East Coast, everything's salty. Like, you can't buy cars that don't have massive holes in them here, really.
fair enough. I
Like,
thought we were going down a different road there.
no, but I told no. I agree with your point as well. It's about density too. Like, if we look in, say, like Manchester, Leeds area,
Yes.
like Liverpool, like that kind of area, the mid area, which is like, it's not too far away, but it's far enough that you have to like take a bit of time to get down there and look at it. It's not like you can just do it one evening, if you know what I mean. Um, like that's kind of where like there's so much stuff on offer, but like as soon as you go kind of north of that, everything just disappears.
Yeah. Like there's a definite
North south divide for the car buying market.
yes, there is. And it's a bit of a pain in the ass pretty much all the time, legitimately. Like the amount of times I've seen it, like back in the day, I remember seeing a Soarer for sale, and it was before I bought mine. And this was in London, and I messaged the guy, and I was like, "Look, I'm going to get on a plane at Glasgow and fly to Heathrow. I need you to meet me." And it was like 2 months later when he actually bothered to reply.
Oh,
I'm like,
for
"Well, it's a good
fuck's
job.
sake!
It's a good job I didn't get the fucking plane down into it, you fucking dickhead. Otherwise, I'd have been in London with my fucking cock in my hand like a spare prick."
Aye, now that is a really annoying because, like, again, we've experienced this as well recently. Like, people just not replying at all, which is their right, but it's really frustrating when you're trying to buy their thing.
Yeah, but like, it's their right not to reply, but it's also their right to put something up for sale. And if you're going to put something up for sale, you have to be like aware that people are going to want to know things about what you're selling.
Especially when it's something like a car.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, a car can be anything from 500 quid to fucking tens of millions.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really change with what you're. Well, actually, no, that's a fucking lie. Because see, selling anything less than 3 grand is a fucking nightmare.
Aye, it is horrible, yeah.
You attract a certain kind of individual when your car's priced at less than 3 grand, and it's the ones that just message you like 500.
Aye, over and over again.
Aye, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? I've already said no to you twice. Fuck off and leave me alone.
Yeah. I really hated selling um, that TT. It was shit. But it's also a pain in the arse trying to buy. Like, um, the whole online selling, like, it sometimes it's really good, but a lot of the time it just does not work.
Yeah, it's a pain in the hoop all the time, man. There's no nice way of saying it either. It's just a pain in the ass
Yeah.
constantly. Um, like it got worse after COVID as well.
Seems like
Like I've got
everything got worse after COVID.
everything did, man. Like everything got more expensive. People got more people. Like fucking aye. Yeah.
So, yeah, we've been experiencing our own issues with car buying, but we will find something.
Yeah, no, we will find something. We've got a short list of makes and models that we're aiming for.
Absolutely.
Also, right, hear me out here, by the way. Um, I want to add a car to the list.
Okay. Yeah, of course.
It's front wheel drive. Actually, I want to add two to the list.
Yeah.
FN2 Type R,
Okay.
and K10 Nissan Micra.
Oh, do you know what? Right? Yeah, Civic, whatever. I don't think we'll find one, so I don't really care. But that Micra, yes, I am so on board for a K10 Micra.
Yeah,
Apparently the support for them has exploded recently.
yeah, they're fucking popular. Like,
Yeah,
and they're cool as fuck.
yeah, I'm a fan of the K10. I'm on board. I'll have a look and see if I can find something.
Because they're like 800 kilos stripped out.
Yeah, they're really really light. They're really light. I remember a friend of mine in high school had one, and he was really tall as well, like you, and he basically drove that car from the back seats.
Incredible.
Like, and oh, he had such soft, wallowy suspension. I remember watching him go around like a curved downhill, and the car was just tilting about all over the place.
Ah, fuck. I apologize. K11 Micra, not a K10. A
The K10's a
K10.
square one, I guess. Then
Yeah, that's from like
I,
1982, 1980 something. Like, we'll
K11
never
then.
find one of those. K11.
I 100% knew which one you meant. Yeah. So I totally agree. I think that would be a really fun choice. I was actually meaning to ask. Like, there's another one of those classic car auctions on near Perth on September sometime,
Right.
and I was wondering if you wanted to go to that because actually there's very little action on a lot of the cars. You can bid online as well, but like it's more fun to go and actually see it.
I'd be up for that.
But yeah, like in the past, right? Sometimes stuff does go for a lot, but in the past it's actually not been that high an auction. The biggest worry you have is just getting the seller to agree to the price the hammer landed on. There's never really any mad bidding wars.
Really.
So yeah, this is a really quite a quiet auction, all things considered. Like it's not dead, but it's like it's pretty quiet, and there is a 3 liter automatic Z4 on the block.
Really.
Yeah,
I'm up for that. Send me a link through, actually. I'll have a perusal.
all right. I'll send. There's oh shit. There's very little on the in their like kind of listings so far,
Right.
but it will there will be more as time goes on. They tend to like get kind of filled up over time and closer to the event. But I think that would be good fun, and also we could if we both go, we can go with the view of actually, looking for something because one of us can take it back.
Yeah, man. Well, that's what I was going to ask. What's the nearest train station to you on the East Coast?
Dundee.
Right. I'll get the train to Dundee for it.
I think
Because,
that's the plan. Yeah.
oh, there's some cool motorbikes in this, dude. Fuck. Right. No, sorry. We'll look at it when we're off recording.
So usually there's about 3 or 4 pages worth of stuff. So you'll expect a reasonable amount. I think the last time I went to the one, which was just before the summer, there was over 100 lots, but it was quite a busy one.
Right.
And also, some cars are repeat offenders to this, and I'm pretty sure that Cougar is a repeat offender.
Yeah, I'm looking at the... Now, I fucking hate them. Right. I hate this make of car. But there's a Bora V6 4Motion.
Aye, I saw that as well.
And there's Renault Clio Williams, but that'll go for mega money.
I think that might be big money, yeah. Watch the Range Rover do incredibly well as well. I'm so sick of going to auctions and watching like Land Rovers and Range Rovers make like triple what this really nice like a nice JDM or German sports car makes.
That is because the type of people that like those cars also are delusional.
Okay. So yeah, I think that'll be good, and that'll be a place that we can, if we're still looking for something, we can have a peruse there as well.
Awesome, dude. I'm well up for that.
Nice. Anyway, so that we've got that sorted.
Back to business.
Back to business, yeah, like kind of like back on topic. So I have kind of also been thinking about some stuff, and like one of the things is I was reading like one of these little slideshow things, like car magazine stuff. You go through it like 10 cars to wear a hat in and stuff like that.
Yeah,
This one was cars that looked fast but were actually really slow. And honestly, looking through it, I was surprised at being like, oh, I like all of these cars. And then I thought about it and I was like, do I just like cars that look fast over ones that are fast? And I'm not sure. I just can't work it out. There's too much going on. Because, like, there's definitely some fast cars that I think are ugly and I do not care for. But there's also a lot of ugly fast cars that I do quite like.
fair enough.
And I was wondering what your thoughts are on this. Because I'm quite interested. What do you think?
So, I kind of get it, right? Like, and I've made the argument in the past that some slow cars are actually more fun than fast cars. Like, I love a non-turbo Impreza, for example, right? I think they're class. Rightly or wrongly, they're fucking cool. If you disagree with me, feel free to disagree, but do it away from me. Um, so yeah, that's kind of the thing. But like at the same time, I feel like saying it's okay to own a slow car that looks good kinda empowers the people that are like,
Exactly. It validates the M Sport, M R
yeah,
line, AMG line, S line crew.
yeah, and I don't really think that's a position that I want to take.
I totally agree. That's why I'm really conflicted about it. Because I don't
Because
like all the I don't like all the go faster tat that people put on their cars, even though it's still a 1.6.
yeah, like I suppose though, right? There's a thing here. To me, that doesn't matter because if somebody like rolls into work and they've just bought a Mercedes C class, for example, and it's tarted up to look like a fucking AMG one, and they're like, what do you think of that? Like, looks slow. The brakes are tiny. There's no wheel arch flares. The tires are the wrong sizes. The seats are wrong. Like, like if you know what you're looking at, you'll spot it a mile away. Like the only people they're fooling are themselves.
Aye, and other people who only really care about it looking fast as well.
Yeah, so I don't know. I've got mixed feelings on it, but my personal preference. Do you know what? Right, I have long held a belief when it comes to buying cars. So say you were right. Let's use Mercedes as like an example. So say you were like, fucking hell, they look class. I really fancy one of them. I really fancy a C class, right?
A new C class.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, just the current model of C class, be it brand new or nearly new or used. I don't care. The current model of C class. I would always say, don't be stupid. Go for the model beforehand because for the same money as that, because it's the new generation, what you're actually going to get is a far better car because you can get the top spec one, like the AMG one,
Hmm.
or the baby AMG one, because you've got like the C36 and then the C63 twin turbo one, but it's only a 4 liter V8, whatever it is. But like get the baby AMG one in the previous one and have an actual nice package, not just a fucking 1.5 liter turbo 4 cylinder that looks like the AMG one. Get the
Hmm.
actual AMG one, right? realistically, your running costs aren't going to be a lot more because it's a fucking C class at the end of the day. But you can get one at the end of the model run, which has all the little kinks and problems worked out. It's had all the revisions done, and it's the most reliable version of that car that is possible to own.
Yeah,
And you get the higher spec one as well for the same money.
I think that's a good advice. I mean, like we fundamentally approach this in a different way because some people really care about having a new car, like that 3 year manufacturer warranty and like the new carness matters to them. Whereas I don't I don't I would probably never buy a new car because it's
No,
just not something I value.
I would, but I would buy something special, like a 911 Turbo, for example. And I would want to be like the guy that bought one new in like '96 and he still has it today. And he's done like 800,000 miles and rebuilt the gearbox twice and had the turbos replaced and he's tuned it up to 600 brake and he goes on the track every weekend. Like, I'd want to be like that. I'd want to use it and be like, just love it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'd understand that. You if you were to buy something new, it'd have to be special enough that you had to get it new.
Precisely.
Yeah, like I could understand why people like had such a mad run on something like the Yaris GR
Oh, absolutely.
because
Oh,
like that's quite a special kind of fun car that you know it's exciting and cool. I can see why people wanted one of those new.
they're spectacular. They're easily one of the most fun cars on sale, hands down. No further argument.
Yeah, they're definitely a car that every so often I look and see what the prices are doing.
Yeah, and they're getting to the level where they're like, ooh, that could just about be attainable
Yeah,
on a finance deal.
yeah, it could it could be, but it's definitely not an only car, not with a family.
No, definitely not.
So I cannot remember how we got here.
Ah, fuck.
Oh,
We
I
were
was talking
talking.
about cars that looked fast but were actually slow. Because
Yes,
I'm gonna say there's a reasonable amount of JDM stuff for me that falls into this category.
lots of non-turbo stuff. I'm going to assume.
Yeah, quite a lot of non-turbo stuff, but stuff like obviously there's the classic Celica,
Yes.
which was never a quick car, but looks pretty good. I actually quite like. I think all the generations of Celica look pretty good, even the cheese wedge ones early on.
Yeah, all like the ST 185s and stuff, 183s.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
genuinely like even going quite far back to when they were like just a little kind of two door coupe. Well, I mean they've always been a two door coupe. What am I on about? But I'm just saying like the early stuff. I like all the Celicas. I think they look really good. Um, but also there's stuff like do you know the SP2, the Volkswagen SP2.
I know of it.
Yeah, you know the shape and stuff.
Yes.
I really like that. I think that looks great. That's a really cool looking car. Sorry, that wasn't a Japanese car. When it came to the Japanese cars, I was also thinking about stuff like the yeah, kind of like the non-turbo stuff, basically. Yeah, anything that's like desirable, just the non-turbo version.
Yeah, like Supra, non-turbo.
Mm-hmm.
Skyline, non-turbo. 200SXs,
Yeah,
non-turbo. Yeah,
yeah. No,
all of
I
the above.
completely agree. And yet now they're probably worth mental money because they're the platform.
Yes, because of the platform, they're worth a fucking fortune. Like I can remember when like non-turbo Supras were going for like 30 grand. I'm like, are you fucking serious? I bought mine for 1,000 quid. Yeah, it's crazy. So it is.
But yeah, so yeah, are you I don't know. Do you have any cars that are like slow but look fast that you have a bit of a soft spot for?
Um, Not really. Not really, man. Like, probably the R Sport Imprezas, like the non-turbo Imprezas, have a place in my heart. I think they're fantastic. So I do.
The thing is with an Impreza, though, do you think an Impreza looks fast?
It depends. It depends if it's got all the tart on.
Yeah, but
So,
if it's not going to be a fast Impreza, it's not going to have all the tar on, is it?
well, most of them do now.
That's actually very, very true.
No, that's the only one I can think of. Because like I can't even non-turbo Supras. That has a place in my heart. Like absolutely, they're fantastic. Love them. I would have loved like a GT Skyline, but
Mm,
the reason I like them is because like I could buy a non-turbo Skyline and then get a turbo engine and drop that in and save a fucking fortune.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I totally get why they've started to become pricey as well. But like, I mean, what about? Oh god, I had a car there. What about a 1.9 Z3? Because I actually think the Z3 is a
What?
pretty nice looking car, and it looks relatively quick. It's very kind of roadstery.
Yeah, but this is the like when I look at the one point the 2 liter the 2 liter in air quotes
Aye,
Z3. I look at that and I'm like, it's only a 2 liter, and people are like, how the fuck do you know that? I'm like, 'cause it doesn't have the flared back arches. It's narrow body.
I mean that is true.
Which this is it kind of gets spoiled for me because of being a car guy because I can fucking spot it a mile away.
So you can spot the trappings of fake speed.
Yeah, man. Like honestly, it never ever will cease to amuse me when people are like, "What do you think of my new car?" Looks slow.
I don't think people ask that to you, that ask that of you very often now.
They don't because people get hurt, but they're like, "Oh, look at that! It's the S line." Like, aye. So what? It's just a shitty diesel. Like,
I still don't
fucking
understand why people are like, oh, it's the 1.5 and it's the S line or the R line, and you're like, so you mean it's got all of this tat, but it's so unbelievably slow.
yeah, that's exactly it. I'm like, I don't get it. Like, don't fake it because it doesn't like. Instead of getting the LCI one, go pre LCI and
Yeah,
then get the top of the range one. And if it bothers you that much, go on eBay and buy a set of headlights and a set of fucking taillights from the LCI one. Swap them in, and you will not know the difference.
yeah. I mean, I suppose insurance might come into it a little bit because like having the body kit and the big alloys and the tat probably isn't as high an insurance group as the bigger engine, the genuinely faster car.
I don't know, man, because you're supposed to. Like, my first instinct would just be like, well, fucking lie then, because your insurance company is going to fuck you over the first chance they get. So, fuck them over. But if we're keeping it legal and not encouraging people to commit insurance fraud, which we
Which
shouldn't,
which we
because
are keeping it legal,
we are
yes.
keeping it legal and we're not encouraging people to do that. My point is, if you're going to be like, everyone has this thing. You see it on Car Talk UK all the time, where everyone's like, "Oh, I always declare everything to my insurance," but they drive an S line fucking Audi, and it's like, have you declared to your insurance all the factory fit optional extras because they're all modifications that you should technically be fucking declaring.
I see. I heard about this recently that insurers do actually want you to declare the optional extras as well. But I would have thought that surely they would be able to take that from the number plate.
Well, sometimes they can, sometimes they can't. It depends on the car.
Right.
But
Okay.
see, the thing is, if it comes up S line, then that's what it is. It's S line. But if it's S line and then they've been like, "Oh, I want the aero kit," and they've ticked that option when they were
I
specing,
see. Yeah.
like, The insurer's not got to know that. This is where like I get really fucking pissy with people that are really uppity about. Or I always declare everything to my insurance because see people like that, I get arsy with them. I'm like, well, do you use OEM parts? And they're like, how do you mean? I was like, where did your oil filter come from? Did it come from BMW or is it pattern part? Or what do you mean? I says, if it's a pattern part, technically it's a fucking modification. And I bet you're not declaring it. So shut the fuck up and simmer down.
I do agree.
Like,
Some people can be quite holier than thou on the internet.
yeah,
Like, the one of the ones I find that Car Talk UK can be worst for is anyone who's like asking for advice on speeding. Oh my god, no one speeds. Absolutely no one, and everyone should feel very very bad for speeding. Like, I get it. Like speeding, it can be really irresponsible and like can not be great. But also, if someone's been
everyone.
done for it, they don't necessarily need to be dogpiled online
No.
by a bunch
Like,
of people who are clearly talking shit because everyone has sped at some point, deliberately, inadvertently, accidentally. Everyone has.
yep, everyone's done it. If you say you haven't, you're a bit like the man who says he doesn't wank. You're a liar.
There you go. That's it on the matter. Gavel down.
Bang! Judgment passed. But hey, it's fucking legit though. Like what you're saying is bang on. Like everyone speeds,
Everyone
be it
has.
accidentally or deliberately. And
Yeah.
anyone that says they haven't is a liar.
I mean, honestly, it's dangerous on some roads, like some motorways, when you're actually trying to go the speed limit because it puts you in that awkward place where everyone's trying to tear past you on the right, but you're also still much faster than stuff on the left.
Yes. Like sometimes it's dangerous to fucking go the speed limit.
Yeah, sometimes you're like, maybe I do just need to match the traffic flow on this.
Um, you know, actually, the past kind of couple of weeks, man, I'm actually legitimately concerned that I am the only person in the southwest of Scotland that does speed, though. Because everyone I come
Come
across
up
is doing.
against.
It feels like that. They're all doing 40 or 45, and it doesn't matter where I am in any 60 limit. Like everyone's doing 40, and I'm just like, this road can support triple figure speeds all the way along it. There's no need to be going at 40.
Yeah, I do sometimes get frustrated at people that the road is maybe not the best necessarily for overtaking, but there's no reason why it can't be a 60, and people just roll along it at 40. Or
Yep.
50. I find 50's less. 50 can be annoying in some respects because it's harder to get past sometimes than 50, but at least it's like, at least it's not 40.
But at 50, you're at least like, see, this is the thing. Being we're going on a tangent here, people. Um, See, in Scotland, trucks, right? See, you get a truck driver that's like, the limit is 40, and I will do 40. And then you get a truck driver that's like, the limit's 40, but because everyone else is doing 60, I'm got to do 56. I'm going to sit on the limiter.
Mm-hmm.
What a fucking difference that makes to your journey. Like, legitimately, it can take 45 minutes to go from my house to Dumfries, stuck behind a lorry doing 40. See a lorry doing 56. It's like a 20-minute journey, man.
Aye, yeah, no, I mean, anyone who lives rurally with A roads that are not dualed will know how painful it is when you get stuck behind a truck,
Oh, yeah.
especially one that's going carefully down a road. Because there's definitely some, like, especially the trucks that go between farms. There's some trucks
Oh,
that absolutely batter it down those back roads.
yes.
So yeah, I do sympathise. Like honestly, I don't know how it's hit and miss, especially in Fife. I would say it's very hit and miss. Like some places are. Sometimes you just get stuck. You get stuck behind someone who's really really slow. You know, but other times I barely notice traffic because it flows so quickly and well, you know.
Yeah. Like, see, nice flowing traffic is transformative to sit in. Like, I love it. It's so easy going.
Mm.
But then, honestly, you just get one old person, and it's like, oh, why?
Do you know what? Right, I think we might have talked about this before, but like, and you know, I've maybe brought it up in one of my driving beefs. But I hate people that brake for every single corner on like a countryside national speed. Like, I do sympathise some people don't know the road, but I'm talking about these idiots that brake even though they still can see the rest of where the road's going. Like, you can see that it's just a natural curve in the road, it's not a corner. It doesn't need to be braked for, but the brakes still get touched. Even if just for a second they still get touched. And that fills me with fear and dread as the motorist behind. Because I'm thinking, you're panicking every time you come to something that's a tiny little bit unfamiliar on this road.
Yeah. No, man, I get that because, do you know, it's infuriating because this is all because of a lack of roadcraft. Like, people don't know, like, how to work. They don't know how to look. That's the base problem here. Like, they can't look at the road and be like, the vanishing point on that corner is getting closer to me. That means the corner is tight. So I need to start braking. Or they can't be like, the vanishing point on that corner is getting further away from me. So that means the corner's wider. The corner's going to open out. I can carry more speed through here. Like, there's no roadcraft.
Yeah, they're just surprised by every single thing. Turn a corner and say, whoa, ah, another one. Oh, ah.
That's it.
Yeah. I that does frustrate me a little bit because especially you know like when I'm driving the corners are the best part like you want to be like you know flowing through them and it's especially corners that are not really corners as well god that's annoying because like I do recognize there's definitely some corners that I'd say I have a higher appetite for speed around and I understand why people slow down for some of them because they seem much tighter than they seem like they can't take as much speed as they can. Do you
Yes.
know what I mean? Like corners that have like maybe they're quite favorably cambered, so you can actually carry a lot more than you think. But people don't necessarily know that, and it's not like that. It's the people that egregiously overbrake for everything, and you're stuck behind them, slowing down, speeding up, slowing down, speeding up, and every time you're just caged by like a fool in front of you.
Yeah, no, I totally understand, man. And I fucking detest it. And like, there's no defending it either. Like, people just don't have the driving skill. Like, that's the long be all and end all of the matter. Is just people need to actually learn how to drive.
Or less people need to learn how to drive. And we need to be actively retiring people from driving so that the roads are free for the rest of us.
Yeah, you see, now here is where you run into the problem because I've had this argument with a couple of people, and like people are like, "Aye, but I just need my car to get from A to B," and I'm like, "Yeah, but that there's a lot of methods to get from A to B where if you don't have any interest in what you're doing, you can do instead." Because I don't have an interest in performing open heart surgery, so I know based on that information, I'd be a really shit thoracic surgeon.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
I totally get what you mean. I mean, people do need cars because the public transport options are shit. But I'd like there to be better public transport options.
do you know what should be law, right? And yeah, you might not like me with this one.
Okay, I'm really looking forward to this now.
Everyone should have to do a year minimum on a motorbike.
Oh, do you know what? I'm not against that. I probably would enjoy a motorbike now. Now that I'm like older, I think I probably would enjoy one.
Yeah, like everyone needs to go out and see what it's like to share the roads with people that don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
When you don't have a big steel cage around you, and when you're sitting on top of an explosion box with a tank of flammable liquid between your legs, hanging on for dear life.
When you put it like that, it does seem like an insane way to get around.
And if you're not willing to do that, you don't get your license. Legitimately, that should be part of the test.
But what about people that can't ride motorbikes?
Freewheeler. Like, do you know what, right? I do not accept that because people who are in wheelchairs can ride motorbikes. You can get motorbikes that are adapted. Admittedly, they're more of a trike. But then this is the thing because you can actually drive legally in the UK like a full size car at 16 if you have disability.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Motability Scheme will put you through your license at 16-year-old, insure you and everything else, and give you a car. Because there was a guy when we were at school. Well, I say when we were at school, I was at college at the time. Um, he had it taken off of him because he was acting like a dickhead and trying to run the ducks over at a duck pond.
That story took a turn. I didn't expect that. What?
Yeah, he was being a dick, and he was trying to like he was in on the grass at one of the local duck ponds, and he was trying to run the ducks over for a laugh. So the police got him, took the car off him. He's like, "You can't do that." They're like, "Yeah, we can. We're going to inform the Motability Scheme what you were doing." They ripped his license off him, and they were like, We're barring you from this scheme. Like, we're not going to give you another car. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do that." It's one of the very few instances where like a government administered thing has actually done some good on like a genuine common sense level.
Yeah, when it's actually maybe been the sensible thing to do.
Yeah, it's
What a
like
unicorn!
I know, but yeah, there's a little tidbit for you. You can drive at 16 in the UK legally if you're disabled.
I mean, actually, I think probably the next thing that I'm just kind of like interested in actually like asking you is, so does it matter if a car wasn't the first one to bring in a particular type of innovation? If it was the one that really like sold the public on it, like that popularized it, like is it to be first or is it to be the one that kind of like sets the standard with it?
This is quite a nuanced question, and I would say it matters because we credit quite a lot to the Mercedes S Class,
We do, yeah.
which had the first night vision camera installed, and it had the first satellite navigation, it had the first this and the first that. And I have a problem with that because what you actually find is there's a lot of domestic market vehicles, looking at Japan here, and specifically the Honda Legend. So the Honda Legend was actually the first car ever to be fitted with sat nav, and
Really?
yeah,
Do you know what year it was fitted with sat nav?
Oh fuck! Now you're asking. Hold on, I'll need to Google this. Um, what year did the Honda Legend?
Do you know one of the things I really enjoy is that we're both really loud typers?
Right. So it was the first generation, I'm sure, and it was like 85. And there's a little tidbit about this because it's really interesting because it actually predates the GPS GLONASS satellite networks. And
Okay, so wait, the next question is how did it work?
so it worked by having a physical map in the sat nav, and it would move the map according to how we against the speed and everything of the car, so that the center point would be the car, and it would move the map round about so that you would be fucking following the road.
But how did it know where it was? What happens if you picked it up and like moved it and then put it down? Would it be off centered?
No, 'cause it was all gyroscopic, and you'd have to set your starting point
Yeah, yeah. So you'd have to set your starting point, and then it would like use gyroscopes to measure which direction it's gone and for how long, and use and plot that on the map. Like I see the principle, but what I'm just wondering is like, what happens if you were to like I don't know, say move the car, pick it up, put it on a flatbed, drive it somewhere, put it down. Would it not get like lost?
No, it would still no because it would follow it. Because so basically, I've just found it right. It was called the electro gyrocator. It was claimed to be the world's first automated, commercially available automotive navigation system.
can we have
Co-developed
can we have the name again, please?
the electro gyrocator. So
Gyrocator.
I've just
That's a
got
great
it
name.
right. So there's actually previous for this because I know for a fact there was a similar type of system used on aircraft. Um, so it didn't use GPS satellites to maintain its position or discern movement of the vehicle. It was an inertial navigation system because it contained a helium gas gyroscope that could detect both rotation and movement. A special servo gear was attached to the transmission housing to feed information to the gyrocator to help maintain position, map, speed, and distance travelled. And the transparent maps were placed inside the unit, and it would scroll them past a 6-inch monochrome CRT illuminated screen.
Oh, nice.
$3,000 option, and it had a US patent number D274332. And it weighed 9 kilos.
That's that is an insane bit of 80s tech. I love it.
Oh, yeah,
I love that they put that in the car.
it's incredible. I'm going to send you the link to that actually because that's cool as fuck. Copy. But yeah, so there you go. Like the first GPS wasn't actually the Mercedes S Class. It was in the Honda Legend in 19. It was from 1981 to 1982.
Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. So you think it's important that the car that actually introduced it gets the respect? You want your legend?
Well, I do, and for one reason in particular, right? Because we own, in Europe, I say we, Europe thinks it's the S class, but that's because that was a Japanese only option.
Mm.
It's ignorance that makes us think it was the S class that got there first.
Yeah, and lazy journalism of like people just being like, "Oh, it was the first for this."
Yes, like if you're going to claim something was the first, unless it's this podcast because we were entertainment over accuracy, but like if you're going to claim something was first, be correct about who got there first, you know?
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just fake news.
And like there's a lot of people that'll be like, but that's not a real satellite navigation system. That's the type of navigation that took us to the moon, you know? Like inertial measurement units were ran the command and control module for the lunar module, you know. So like the argument that it's not GPS, it isn't GPS strictly speaking. It's the precursor to it, but
Aye.
it's a legitimate technology. Like it's not made up bullshit.
Yeah, yeah. It's. I
Um,
mean, imagine the jump to GPS on that is because that stuff will be really fragile. I imagine,
and really heavy, yeah,
and
and
very
expensive.
heavy. Yeah.
Like some things were made worse by the invention of silicon, but systems like that where you had like a mechanical solution to a problem that can be digitally done much nicer and neater,
Yeah.
that was an improvement.
Absolutely. That's really cool. I genuinely, do you know what? That is something I did not know and really enjoyed learning. I wish I had a great example of a car that wasn't actually the first for something. I mean, I know that the Jensen Interceptor was the first four-wheel drive, car.
Yeah.
Like not the Audi Quattro or anything like that, but like I'm not really sure anyone who would believe that. Like I thought it would everyone knew it was the Interceptor.
I would believe that it was the Interceptor first. Oh, hold on. Do you mean that it was Audi first?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I would never believe that Audi did anything first. Like, but that's my own prejudices at work, I'm
Yeah,
afraid.
I've been up. I should have just remembered who I was talking to and the question I was asking. There is one that I didn't admittedly know, which was
What?
that the Jaguar XJR 15 was the first road going carbon fiber car.
Ooh, that's really cool.
Yeah, because it was the homologation for their Group C car. So it's not like really it's like kind of that homologation grey area with road cars. But I think you could drive them on the road, so kind of technically it is a road car.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's no. I mean, even if it's a homologation special, I don't care if it's homologated. It's driven on the road.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, that's the be all and end all. That's it. Like, boom, job done.
I totally. So that was one I genuinely didn't know. I didn't know that was the first car that you could buy that was carbon fiber, which makes sense considering it was a race car. Like, you know, really.
Ooh, actually, I've got one as well. I've got another one.
All right, yeah, excellent.
The first electric car.
Oh no, I these have been around for ages because it was electricity and steam and gas and like kind of petrol basically or gas
Yeah.
that were all
So,
competing to be like the fuel of the future back in the early 19th century.
well,
No, late 19th century.
the absolute first true electric car was the Flocken Electrowagen, and it was
Was
built
he
in.
German?
It was German. It was
I wonder
by
what gave that
German
away.
inventor Andreas Flocken, and it was in 1888.
Nice.
And then the first successful or the first practical one was in 1890, and it was the William Morrison. It
I
was the first
mean,
successful electric car in the United States.
yeah, it's quite interesting actually. Like, what would have happened if battery technology would have been a bit better and like actually allowed it to compete? Because that's the reason why electricity failed against like fuel. Its
Yeah.
range and convenience of like recharging essentially.
Well, I mean, I find it quite interesting that we're you know how everything moves in cycles,
Aye,
like
I mean there is
big
an argument to be made that yeah.
like another what? It's gonna be like another 15 years, and big hair and skinny jeans has got to come back.
Do you know what? Actually, you're so right, but it might not even be that long.
It might not, but like we learned from our mistakes in the 1900s, and we're like, electricity's shit. We need an internal combustion engine, and then it's quite interesting that we've got like 120 years of development on the well, actually way more than that, but let's say 120 years development on the internal combustion engine for argument's sake, right? And then they were like, hold on, there was this shit idea we had in the 1890s. We'll try that again, and it's still shit.
They are better this time around, the electric cars.
Uh,
I just like the explosion box still.
yeah, I can't bring myself to say that, I'm afraid, Tom.
What, that electric cars are better than they were?
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
I think they are. I definitely think they're more usable. But like they don't excite me in any way. There's not really that many electric cars that I'm like, ooh, you know.
Yeah, no, there's none. Do you know there was one went past me today? Actually, it was a Hyundai, and you know the original Mercedes CLS, sorry, and it was like the kind of first of those the four-door coupes, and it was really long, swoopy design. I thought they looked incredible.
Oh yeah, I know the ones. Yeah, I'm alright with those actually. I think they look pretty good.
They're a beautiful design, like for the time as well. Well, this Hyundai looked exactly like that, but imagine somebody had like grabbed the nose and the arse of this car and like stretched it and like made the swoopiness like so it was like a proper semicircle roof, and then the bonnet and the boot were like semicircles coming out of it. It looked horrific. Like it was horrible.
Do you know what it was?
Oh, hold on. As luck would have, it was a Hyundai Iconic 6.
Oh, I know. Yeah, they're an ugly car.
When it went past me, I was like, who looked at that and was like, yes, I want me some of that. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I get why they've done it because it's like that low drag kind of profile, but it does look a lot like a metal slug.
Yeah. It just doesn't look appealing at all.
Aye. Yeah, man, I totally get it. Like, that's when electric car designs like that, it's very difficult to be excited by it in any way.
Yeah. It's like, why? Come on, boys. Just fucking no.
Just no. You're alright. You're so alright. I
Yeah.
mean, we talked about it last time we were talking about, like, drag coefficients, that, like, there's loads of advantages to an electric drivetrain. I just don't want it.
Yeah. Like, I would rather all the money and investment that's went into researching battery cars had went into R&D to make ICE cars more effective. And you know, actually, there's a massive on the subject of firsts. There's a massive amount of pushback coming now, and it's all in the form of hydrogen. So like JCB have just went. I think it's JCB. No, it is. It's JCB have just went live with their hydrogen engine that burns hydrogen instead of fuel. So that's going to be like everywhere within a couple of months when all the leases get renewed and everyone takes out new construction plan. You've got to have hydrogen engines everywhere. Japan has basically said no thank you to electric and is going pure hydrogen. There's been like 6 or 7 news stories that I've read today about different manufacturers walking back on their 100% EV commitment.
I've seen a fair bit of that.
They're all abandoning this 2030 bollocks because they're like, it can't be done. The public just doesn't have the appetite for full EVs. We can't make EVs practical to the point we've got 150 years worth of hydrocarbon based infrastructure. Like, we can't just rip all that up. It's not fucking feasible. Which, it's nice to see people actually approaching this from a common sense angle now.
So is it Toyota? Because I'm reading an article here that says Toyota are also pivoting their hydrogen development to industrial vehicles.
Yeah. So Toyota have had hydrogen vehicles for the past 10 years. Like, you could buy a legitimate working Toyota Miral and it worked on a hydrogen fuel cell. But the fueling infrastructure for them wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only hold-up with hydrogen. Like,
I mean, honestly, you never know. And like hydrogen prices might actually, it might become viable when, if they do end up developing these large green hydrogen power projects where like
well,
when the winds blow in, they do electrolysis and they generate hydrogen.
well, see, this was like I've seen 3 different news stories about this today about companies seeking planning and looking for funding to put offshore wind farms in with electrolysis plants. And effectively, what they would have is like an oil rig without all the drilling palaver on it. That is just an electrolysis station fed by an offshore wind farm, and it pumps all the hydrogen into tankers. And there was also an Australian startup that is making powdered hydrogen.
Oh, right, that's interesting.
And it's the safest, most easy to store, and the most easy to make. I didn't read it. I just glanced over the headline and the kind of blurb at the top. But there's like a load of benefits to it being powdered. And they were like, we can basically make this into a gel run any engine we want on it. It's like, wow.
Interesting. Yeah, that's quite cool actually. Like a gel or like some sort of like viscous liquid.
Yeah, like imagine the energy density of a fucking hydrogen gel.
Could you imagine buying your fuel from the counter?
Yeah,
Like buying
like
like a wee, just like a wee, like kind of like little plastic sachet of gel, and you just plop it into the back of your car or the front of your car.
yeah, like that. Like that's like, but it would still be internal combustion at that point, which is like you have all the benefits of what we have now, but with a super clean running of hydrogen. And people always say like the big problem with hydrogen is that it's not clean combustion. Like it's impossible to burn it cleanly because we don't have that technology. But we also have the technology to catalyze gases. Like it's been widespread in the UK since at least 1992, when it
Mm.
became a legal mandate to have a catalytic converter on a car exhaust.
Yeah, I absolutely like. Yeah, I agree. But I don't know. I feel kind of unsure about the future of where cars are actually headed because uh, like them or loathe them, I do feel that electric cars are seeping in, but also I do totally agree that a lot of manufacturers are walking back their like all electric lineups and they're always offering ICE in some form alongside. So like it's maybe not all bad. There is
Yeah,
still
like
supposed to be that electric car ban, the ice new ice car ban from like what 2035,
yeah.
twenty
I mean,
thirty.
Audi was the big one that I read this week because they've like totally reneged on all their electric car promises. No, they've removed any timeline that they were predicting, and they've turned around and said the next RS6 will still have a V8. Like, yeah,
Nice.
good man. I don't often see eye to eye with you Volkswagen Audi Group guys, but fuck, I can get behind that news.
I agree. That's nice to hear.
But yeah, oh well, that was some quite positive firsts as well. There, that wasn't very like yeah, that was really that. I think we might need to do a full episode on automotive firsts. You know,
I'd love that actually. Yeah, I bet there's some really interesting ones.
yeah, I think we'll have a go at that. Well, dude, um,
Yeah, I think that probably about wraps up our chat. Thanks, Colin. It's been fun chatting to you this evening.
likewise, dude. It's been good. It's been cathartic.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, again, we did not stay on topic. Like, I love how I started with a list of all this stuff that I wanted to talk about, and we talked about like two things on it, and then random nonsense there on out. Okay, right. I'm gonna wrap this up. So yeah, thank you very much for listening. If you like what you've heard, please do give us a subscribe, leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Give us a rating. Yeah, thanks very much for listening. Bye.
toodaloo. Remember a good rating though.